tool time.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can everyone hear tool time? There we go. If you want, and I advise it, given the fact that I'm near death, just next to the viewing figure, oh fucking hell, where am I? There. There's a little slider thing. If you move that along that way, he will become much bigger and I will become much smaller, and I think aesthetically that will probably be much more attractive. But anyway, are you aware of the laws of defamation?
Not in the English laws, no. You see, unlike in England, in America we have this thing, it's called freedom. I know that this is a sort of an unfamiliar concept to the English, but yeah, I mean, I can call you a dickhead, prick, retard in America without any serious legal repercussions.
I think we have a similar thing in this country. It's called justification, which I think is a similar thing. But I don't even know what you called me.
Well, no, I didn't call you it. I asked if that's what DPR stood for, and then I was complaining that you didn't invite me to be co-host, which you probably did at some point, and I just didn't remember and never got back to you on.
No, I didn't, because I don't like you.
Oh, well, like you said.
No, I honestly, I don't know exactly how the co-hosts were arranged. It started off obviously with the people that I knew from the DMCA abuse channel, which are, you know all of those people. I then extended it slightly, and then other people, including Rice, who's now in the room, did exceptional work getting other people involved. And before I knew it, from the sort of 10 or 12 that I'd originally asked, there were about 24 people, at which point I said enough. And I did receive comments saying, you know, why haven't you got so-and-so on, so-and-so. Your name was one of the people that was suggested that I should have on. By that stage,
oh, yeah.
I was just overloaded. I mean, you've seen what it's like. Getting 24 people on, in fact it's been more than that, in 24 hours is an absolute fucking nightmare. To try and get any more on, it just loses its appeal, because everyone is, you know, down to 30 minutes or something, when you've got all the gaps and everything. But you were high on the list. If I ever have the madness to think of doing this again, you'll be at the top of the list. Don't worry.
Well, I know you still love me, DPR, but no,
I
yeah.
still subscribe to your channel, you fucker.
No, I said
I'm
my
not sure that.
I
think you do. Actually, you have subscribed to me, haven't you?
No, yeah, I'm subscribed to you. Of course I am. I don't believe you would think otherwise.
Well, I'd like to know these things. It's just, you know, it's helpful in the legal case that will be forthcoming. So what did you go for? Dick, penis, rectum, or something?
No, it was dickhead, prick, retard. I asked you if that's what DPR stood for.
I like it. I'm going to favourite it.
Feature it on your channel.
Yeah.
But no, I was surprised that a lot of people took it seriously. They were like, "Oh, you sound real butthurt," or whatever. The half of the people took it seriously. The other half of the people were like, "Oh, you know, you really need to stop smiling when you do these sorts of things, because, you know, whenever I try and do these parody things, I wind up like having this smirk on my face, and, you know, I don't claim to be an actor or anything like that. You know, I just try and make something that will give people a couple laughs. But I don't know, like half the people took it seriously, and the other half would feel like, "Oh, you can't act."
Well, I mean, to be fair, some of your videos are really quite serious. You do address serious issues, and then You throw in ones like I really enjoyed the one you did about it started with a clip of a theist holding up a Bible saying this is the atheist's worst nightmare, and then you attempted to read sections of it and were just creased up with laughter. And I know exactly which passage it was, because so and so begot so and so who begot so and so who could be, and it goes on for if not an entire page, certainly 2 columns, pretty much 2 columns, doesn't it? And it's absolute fucking madness.
The amazing thing about that, though, was the minute I saw his video, I'm like, okay, I know exactly the video response I want to make to this. But I opened the Bible at random, totally at random, you know, and I was thinking I have to search real hard to find a passage like that where there's this long genealogy. I open it at random, and there it is, and I'm like, oh, you know, divine intervention. But no. There was another video I did
sorry, just before you move on, the ending of that one was just wonderful when he just tossed it away and walked off the other way. I mean, I really enjoyed that one. Sorry, the other one that you were talking about?
Oh no, I did a video where I was a response to TJ, and I said something about truckers being high on meth, and I did it in this like completely deadpan sort of way. And Redneck Trucker 1969 like really went off on me on that, and we had a spat for a while. But then again, eventually we worked it out and all was forgiven. But he like really took me seriously on that one. Got pretty upset. You know, truck drivers don't.
Yeah, you actually made almost like an apology video afterwards, didn't you? To, I mean, in a way, I suspect that your sense of humour is a little bit like mine, and that it's very, very dry and sarcastic, and it's done in a deadpan way, and people don't get the fact that you're taking the fucking piss and having a joke, and it's got me into awful troubles, and my humour doesn't cross the Atlantic very well, and having started making YouTube videos, I'm acutely aware I've got to be basically spelling out that I am actually having a fucking laugh and taking the piss as opposed to being serious.
Yeah, no, some people, they really don't get the whole sarcasm thing, like in person too. And no matter how thick you lay it on, no matter how obvious you try and make it, you know, they're still like, are you serious? Like, of course I'm not serious, you fucking moron, you know, like, how could you even take me seriously? But I don't know.
He was actually somebody, how many people are in the room? I asked a number of people, and you might take this the wrong way, but there was actually a reason for me doing so. I did actually invite the Amazing Atheist, and I did actually invite PCS1. PCS1 was a non-starter because he put down conditions, which effectively he said, if you remove all of your videos about me, I'll come on the show. The Amazing Atheist displayed a certain reluctance to appear, and I don't want to get into a YouTube battle with him, so I will say no more than that. There were times when he seemed to display an interest, and other times when he didn't. So in the end, it didn't happen. But the reason I invited him was because he has a completely different demographic, so to speak, from most of the users that I had invited, and I thought it would be useful. The more people, more donations, obviously the charity benefits, but it didn't happen. But there we go. But yes, humour is an odd thing, and mine is particularly dry, and I think I can honestly say I never really mean offence. If I want to offend someone, you'll know about it because I will be fucking rude to you. But if I do it in a dry way, then it still doesn't quite translate very well. There we go. Anyway, so what do you have planned for the future so far as videos are concerned?
Well, I was just going to really quickly interject that TJ did make a video earlier saying, you know, promoting your show, directing his subscribers to it,
Right.
and saying that he was going to be on, so I don't know what happened with that. PCS, I just think it's like his continual, you know, childishness, you know, his petulance, and that sort of thing. My impression is that he was one of those kids that nobody wanted to talk to or hang out with growing up.